Before we begin, I want you to think about something. Have you ever spent more time deciding what to watch on TV than making a decision that could affect your future? I know I have. Sometimes we rush the big things and overthink the little things. Maybe that thought made you smile a little on the inside. And maybe it's also a reminder that we don't always have to move as fast as the world tells us to. Welcome back to the habit of showing up, the space where we talk about healing in ordinary moments, building resilience, and learning how to show up for our lives one decision at a time. Today, I want to talk about the power of taking your time because sometimes we rush ourselves. We rush decisions. We rush healing. We rush responses. We rush clarity. And sometimes we do it because something feels urgent. But I'm learning that just because something needs attention does not mean I have to abandon myself in the process. There are absolutely things in life that require immediate attention. But even when something requires attention, we still deserve a moment to breathe, a moment to process, a moment to ask, am I responding from peace or am I reacting from pressure? Because there is a difference, and that difference matters. Sometimes taking your time is not procrastination. Sometimes taking your time is protection. It is saying, I need to sit with this. I need to weigh the outcome. I need to think through what this will cost me emotionally, spiritually, financially, and mentally. I need to make sure this decision aligns with the life I'm trying to build. That's not weakness. That is wisdom. That is showing up for yourself. Because when you have been through a lot, impulse can feel familiar. Survival mode teaches us to move fast, to fix things quickly, to say yes before we are ready, to make decisions simply to stop the discomfort. But peace often moves slower. Wisdom often asks for stillness, and clarity sometimes needs space to speak. I think sometimes we confuse pressure with purpose. We think because something is loud, it must be important. But not everything loud deserves immediate access to your decision making. Some things need to be paused, not ignored, not avoided, not dismissed. Just pause long enough for you to return to yourself. Because when you make a decision from panic, you may choose what brings quick relief. But when you make a decision from groundedness, you're more likely to choose what brings long-term peace. And that is the work. That is the habit. That is showing up for yourself. So here's an action item for this week. Before making one important decision, ask yourself, am I reacting or am I responding? Then give yourself permission to pause before moving forward. The pause is not weakness. Sometimes the pause is where wisdom enters. You do not have to rush yourself to prove you are strong. You can take your time. You can be still. You can process. You can choose from a grounded place. And as always, the habit of showing up is built in moments like this. When you pause, listen, breathe, and choose to show up for your life one decision at a time. If this episode encouraged you, follow the habit of showing up and share it with someone who might need it today.